This is Dodging Death with Stephen Williams Jr. and Ryan Patton.
Don't do what Steve wants to do. We don't do anything. He asked for suggestions and then he looks at them.
I suggested a sneeze. I can sneeze on demand.
Go on.
Can you sneeze on demand?
Go on.
I don't think you can.
No, it's unfortunate that I need to fiddle with the nose, and I feel that would that would look quite
Fiddle away, Ryan.
No,
as long as it's your nose that you fiddle them with.
He does get very excited at this.
I reach under the table and then sneeze. Oh my god! What kind of monsters, Ryan?
I was on a ship once, and there was this event host this girl who everybody had the hots for, you know? Yeah.
Apart from you.
Yeah.
That was when you realised, I don't feel it.
So, for the duration of the cruise, everybody was trying to, get in with this girl. And then one night we're all sat around and she declared that she could queef on demand.
Oh!
Suddenly nobody was impressed anymore.
That's disgusting.
It all backfired for her.
Did she actually use the word queef as well?
She did, and she demonstrated. She literally grabbed a microphone. It was like in the crew bar, and queefed away. So, if that's her party piece, Ryan, you can definitely just sneeze for us.
I think the term fanny fart is funnier than queef. I prefer the fanny part.
Do you want to have changed the story to accommodate that?
I imagine she said it because queef sounds a little bit more professional.
Yeah.
Like a professional fanny farter or a professional queefer.
There was that was it Mr. Methane as well on?
Yeah.
He now does the holiday park circuit. It's just 45 minutes of him.
You don't want to be in an enclosed room, Mr. Methane, no, do you? Oh God, is this all he does yet? I always thought that was fake.
What's the big finish as well?
Oh God, the finale. This is a very, very risky one, guys. I always thought Mr. Methane was an act. Like, I know he's an act, but
yeah.
I thought I didn't think he could actually fart on demand.
Like it was a trick.
I thought it was a trick. I
Surely
thought,
for 45 minutes, no one has that much gas in the body.
Yeah.
What do you think his prep is for that? That's
to go loads of coke.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I remember. I think we had a VHS of Mr. Methane like 18 years ago.
And I had a video of Mr. Methane.
Yeah, I think he released a video and we had it on ours for some reason.
Everything about this story is baffling to you, Ryan.
But anyway, what he had...
You seem to be trying to shift away from the fact.
What a wonderful Christmas present.
I think it was a Christmas present, like one of those absolutely disastrous ones that you have to like feign. That's quite funny and it's not. But it was... I think he was like in like a bowl of beans, or he was eating a bowl of beans, and that was his shtick. It was like...
This is just one of your dreams, Ryan.
Yeah, that was his shtick.
If you and Mr. Methane collaborate...
You can burp the alphabet, can't you? I always remember that from school.
Can you?
Oh, I don't think I can anymore.
You used to be able to in school.
Well, I don't think we've got the time for that.
Yeah, that's our feature next week. when we exhaust all the ideas.
Email in what letters he going to get up to before he collapses. So, are you going to sneeze? Give us a sneeze on demand, Ryan.
I wish, because it's grass pollen season, I thought I'd be a bit more ready for this.
It's wet outside today, so...
I know, but normally that actually makes the pollen rise. Yeah.
So sneeze.
I normally have to then look at the light. Just there's a bright light there. No, honestly, any other time. This never happens in Mr. Methane. He never got stage fright. That's credit to Mr. Methane that he can perform under pressure.
You know what? I think I might prefer it that you didn't actually sneeze. I loved seeing you.
I didn't just not sneeze. I got nowhere near it. Like I didn't feel a slight sniffle.
That was just an excuse to pick his nose.
Yeah, I was like, wipe onto me leg. Do the koi wipe.
Well, on that, welcome to the show, everybody.
Oh,
Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen. I wish that wasn't the video. You know,
I'm thrilled you are now videoing it for that.
yeah. Okay.
So, just in case you missed last week's episode, we are now videoing them. So, if you do want to see what Ryan has just attempted there, go to dodgingdeathpodcast.com. We may isolate that clip as well and put it on our Instagram page. You know,
Oh, please do.
that can be the ad for this week's show.
I feel like that'll actually shift in about half an hour though, and I will actually sneeze. I'm like, I've initiated the process there. I've irritated the nose.
There's a chain reaction going on inside Ryan's nose.
Yeah.
now.
But unfortunately, in half an hour, we're not going to be that impressed.
It's just going to stunt a story. Really.
Such an inconvenient time.
I'm paying for you to edit.
So today, I've had a bit of an eventful day today. Yeah, but it was just like annoying, really. I had to go to the passport office because while I was away, I got my passport stolen.
Oh, did you?
From my, I did. So, how did you travel back?
Oh,
I'll tell you well, I've got 2 passports.
God, this sounds very...
Yeah, I know.
That's a seasoned traveller. He's got a second passport.
He's got an offshore account
Yeah.
somewhere.
I didn't want to go into this minutiae, really.
Okay, I won't stunt a story anymore.
So anyway, I've got a second passport. I came back on that. Yeah. Ignore that part of the story.
Okay.
So I had to go to the passport office to get, go through the process of getting a new one. Mm-hmm. So the way it came about was on that trip to Greece. Mm-hmm. I'm somewhat prolific on my social media. You might have noticed.
Yeah, well, now that I'm like a lurker,
now that yeah,
I'm aware.
You're a voyeur of my social media.
You're one of the 4 accounts we follow, so it's like I'm regularly updated with. It's mainly you on the feed.
Well, it is. You mean on my feed or on the feed that you see?
On the podcast feed.
Oh, that's true.
That I have access to.
Yeah,
it's mainly you.
It is.
Yeah.
Which I revel in.
Oh yeah, for you, that's like a paradise. Why couldn't it always be like this? You watch the film being John Malkovich and think, if only.
This is heaven. I mean, not heaven with John Malkovich.
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah, I was getting a photo for my Instagram feed with a green spinach smoothie.
Oh, this is...
It's very on brand for me, this, isn't it?
This couldn't be like less surprising.
So, the person I was with, I gave my camera, and you've experienced this, Ryan. I'm very, very specific.
Stephen becomes a diva when it comes to curating the Instagram
I don't
profile.
think the listener is surprised to hear that.
Yeah. I'm going to say he's just a permanent diva.
No, but it's particularly, it's like it goes to like Mariah Carey levels when it becomes to taking...
you know what? Part of Mariah's rider is that she wants... is that she wants an all-white dressing room. It has to be painted all white. Hence why I brought us here. I'm just edging closer to Mariah daily.
If I was in Mariah Carey's dressing room, I would have sneezed. I think it would have been whiter.
I imagine she would have the daggers she would have given you.
Yeah.
So I was getting this photo with a green spinach smoothie, and I took my bag off. So unfortunately, how it happened, I'm holding the smoothie. I'm acting as if I'm drinking from it.
Oh, no.
I know how long the process takes to get a photo, so I wasn't actually.
Yeah.
Know,
Oh, yeah.
It would have been empty by the time the photo was done. So I'm like miming as if I'm getting the photo take, as if I'm, drinking, looking into the distance. And then as I went to go and check what the photo was like, and I'm like going, no, there's too much headroom in this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet you were complaining about the headroom.
That's the mistake everyone always does.
Yeah. It took me about half an hour to take a picture of Stephen in Covent Garden one time. It was an absolute nightmare.
So anyway, it almost became a therapy session for you then, didn't it, Ryan? So as I'm like, oh no, it's going to be a bit lower down, a bit more. Someone swooped with the bag. They ran off with it. Yeah.
What else was in the bag?
There was my passport. There was like AirPods, the Apple things. There was a power bank. Just some bits and pieces.
My God.
Yeah.
I do like to think though that he was considering whether he should steal the bag.
Yeah.
Then he seen you acting like a bit of an arsehole and thought, no, this fella deserves it.
Yeah, there was no guilt in that bit. Was there?
He's just repeated headroom.
So yeah, that's unfortunately.
That is like on a serious note. That is very annoying.
It's a faff.
Yeah,
real faff.
Yeah.
So what have you had to do? Has it been a straightforward process getting the new one, or?
Yeah. To be honest, it wasn't a particularly entertaining process. So I can.
You're not going to go
into
the admin.
I'm not. So I walked into the building.
I filled out the form. Did you have to go to the police?
Well, so I did. I went to the priest.
The priest? Please bring you back. Please, God.
I always thought you were an atheist. Didn't realise it was such an ordeal. You turn to the Catholic Church to miraculously recover your passport.
So I went to the police. So while I was there, I kind of, broke down the whole thing. You'll be surprised to hear the Greek police did not give a shit about my passport going missing. They were of no help.
They were more interested in the picture that you took.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would have been help until I told them it was a green spinach smoothie. And they were like, oh, God. I showed them my feed. I was like, I want one of these photos. They were like, why isn't anybody else in these photos? I'm like, because I don't care about anybody else. I just want Williams.
On your Instagram profile, I noticed a big change today.
Go on.
Well, I noticed you have updated the profile picture.
Oh, I did. You are a voyeur of my Instagram page.
I clocked it and I thought, interesting point. I'll have to bring that up. Because I always think, because I'm not on social media, I never have the thought process.
It's so weird that you're not on any social media.
I know it is, but I feel like I've committed to it for too long now. I made the decision when I was like 14, and now I'm just in too deep.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's like if someone hasn't seen Game of Thrones, at this point, it's a bit of a badge of honor.
Yeah, it's such a
I've not seen a single episode.
And to start now and then have like 3 followers would be a bit depressing.
That's true.
I feel like everyone's built up a collection.
The network
of
friends.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we grew up doing it in school, and all the people who we were really friends with in school, they all become your friends, don't they, on the social media? Mm-hmm. So you'll be missing out on that.
I know. So
in your office and work, isn't there only like 6 people there?
With us 2 and dodging death.
I would even get into double figures. It's just too depressing. It's too tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't go on like a recruitment process, like getting in touch with like people I haven't spoken to since I was like 15. Hey.
If you started off with hey, I know that you get
want to see my holiday pics.
If you're going to do it that camp, Ryan, to be honest, even I wouldn't be that camp with it. And I've just compared myself to Mariah Carey. So,
but what was the thought process behind the image change?
Well, so my previous image, which you may remember, Paul, it was me in a cloud of smoke.
Again, very on brand.
Yeah. Well, it was also pink smoke, so I looked like a camp genie, which, was not my intention.
I feel like that is always your intention. I feel like you've been building...
That was my intention.
The camp genie profile for years now. Everyone has been constructing this image.
And it got to a point where I was like, now we are ready to release the camp genie. I have been rubbed. And I'll only grant the wish if it's to see more photos of Stephen.
A spinach movie, you say?
So, yeah, I just thought, every kind of few months or so, it's nice to refresh the page.
But did you, as soon as that picture was taken, did you go, this is the one?
I had that photo taken knowing it was going to be the one.
I knew you would have. So, I knew there would have been a sustained thought process, brainstorms, spider diagrams. Which one am I going to use?
And ideas everywhere. No, an ideas dump will be ridiculous, Paul.
Yeah, that's not how we do the ideas for this show. Not at all.
So, yeah, I did. But it's a big thing, though, changing the profile picture.
I was struck by it.
Yeah.
I gasped.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. It was a big moment for me.
Did the people in the office wonder what you were looking at?
I can't believe it. He's changed it.
Did you gather everybody? The unveiling of the photo.
because I always do with the profile picture. It's always something I always notice it. I'm always quite aware of what.
Why are you so conscious of it?
I don't know
You're
why.
on Twitter, though, aren't you?
Oh, do you have a profile picture on Twitter? I don't use Twitter.
Are you an egg?
Do you know what? I actually I am on Twitter, but I don't edit the
The
profile.
pause between you saying, "Are you an egg?" Paul, and your response made me so nervous there.
Yeah, I genuinely.
Oh God!
Yeah, we need to cut
That is the worst guy we've had in 23 hours of content.
Anyway, I think I've got one. But it was the very first one on my.
Do you want to plug your Twitter page?
Should we see if you've got a picture?
Do you post anything?
No.
Oh, don't bother plugging then in that case. If you do want content, just follow at StephenWilliams.Jr. on Instagram. See lots of me.
Yeah, the coffee shops of Europe.
With me acting as if I don't know the camera's there.
Yeah,
There's lots of looking into the distance. I'm like Michael Bolton. So,
Your Twitter picture is the pattern men.
Yeah, I remember that.
the Pattern Men, of course, being the name of your boy band.
Yeah, my stripper group, my male stripper group.
a turn there.
We could be. What did he call?
You might be handied for Andy Hamilton Stag do.
Yeah, the Chippendales.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not. Everything that needs clarifying.
Is the photo just of you wearing exclusively a bow tie? That's going to be my next profile picture. So, although, you know what? I've already done the culling for the shirtless elephant photo, haven't I? That's gone. That's had its day.
Have you got rid of that from the page?
Oh, no.
Oh, I was thinking.
It'll never make profile. It'll never make profile picture.
Not profile picture worthy.
I'm just a bit too, it's too far away.
There's too much elephant.
I'm overshadowed by the elephant. And I feel bad cropping the elephant out of the photo.
Was there a famous magic trick with an elephant?
Making the elephant disappear.
I never ask you magic-related questions.
No. Any new listeners, I'm a magician. That's my actual job. I'm a magician. And yes, making an elephant disappear is quite a classic old-school trick.
Would you ever consider incorporating that into the show?
It's a bit of a faff to cart the elephant around, isn't it? There's lots of flying in my job, and I don't think it'll be an easy gig.
That's the one reason why the elephant trick doesn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get a seat on the plane.
I've got 45 minutes to kill. That would take about one of those minutes. It's a lot of palaver for that minute, isn't it?
Turning up to the studio like the end of Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
He comes in riding the elephant.
It's not really a thing here, but in America you can take emotional support animals with you on flights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you've told me this with a peacock.
A peacock was one of them, yeah. So I wonder if the elephant could be one of those.
Could you get away with that?
Yeah. The same going to a wedding and it's required.
Just all the airport staff are you taking the piss? Yeah. You're trying to get the elephant through security.
Imagine trying to get on Ryanair and you get control. Oversized baggage.
I think if you paid Michael O'Leary enough money, he'd allow the elephant on. I'll give you an extra 20 quid. Let him on. You put him in the cockpit.
A weird thing happened actually on a recent journey. Speaking of my travels, I was in Rome.
Oh,
yes, and they are...
I noticed with this story, you'd done the dramatic pause before Rome, but with the last story, it was a bit of an...
I brushed over it.
It was a bit of a sour subject, Greece, wasn't it? Greece hasn't got a good reputation in your mind at the moment.
It doesn't. I'm just going to stay on the ship next time. So I was in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
I just landed at the airport and a taxi driver was taking me to the ship. So they are just insane. You'd hate it, Ryan. They are zigging and zagging in the road. There's no indication.
Yeah, I'd be convinced I was about to die.
Well, less than 5 minutes in, we had a collision.
Oh.
Yeah, this really big crash happened. Totally the driver's fault because he was on his phone the whole time.
That might not be illegal in Greece, though.
Yeah, but it still makes it his fault.
Yeah. True, yeah. Apologies. Continue.
You're like, I'm not moving there now. So he crashed.
Yeah.
He got out, immediately started shouting at the other driver as if it was his fault. Like, uproar.
If he immediately acts hostile, though, then he's deflecting the blame from him, though, isn't he? He's
That's true. Maybe the other driver's like, maybe it was my fault.
Yeah, he's getting inside. He's playing psychological mind tricks.
Yeah, I mean, I was parked, but nevertheless.
Why is he so angry? I must have done something.
Just turned and started shouting at you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't like how I'm immediately cowering there in your hypothetical story.
You would cower.
You would absolutely cower.
All right, fellas. Fine, I would cower. So, anyway, it was this big thing. I'm a bit shook up at this. Mm-hmm. He gets...
Cowering. Point proven. Anyway.
He gets back into the car and we set off again. He immediately speeding again.
Oh, he hasn't learned.
And I say to him, I'm in no rush, to get to the gym, trying to bring him back in. And he goes, oh, in that case, let's have a cigarette break.
What?
And I go, well, I do have to get there.
I mean, that wasn't what I meant.
Yeah. So he goes, no, it's fine. We pull over. He lights up a cigarette and starts giving me a pitch. Turns out this man is part of a pyramid scheme and is trying to sell me these capsules you put in water that are apparently good for your metabolism.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I'm now faced with what I've now discovered is a very angry driver. Thinking, maybe I should just buy some of his weird tablets
who lacks self-awareness when he's wrong. Oh, my God.
Yeah. And he's going, it's only €70. This is nothing. And yeah, so, I didn't get it. What I did, I went, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take your contact details and I'll be in touch about, yeah.
Oh,
you'd be surprised to hear I have not been in touch with him.
But for anyone listening, if you do see an advert for capsules on the Dodging Death Facebook page of how we made £1 million overnight while sleeping, then maybe we've agreed to this pyramid scheme.
He could be a sponsor of the show. I don't mind that. Yeah.
We should have got some to try it out, like the kombucha.
That's true. You'll note they've not sent us any more kombucha, so I don't know how the sales went afterwards. Oh, that's true. You did.
It did not taste good.
Paul, Go Kombucha was a quality product.
It was revitalising.
Yes.
Not so much.
Anyway. One more thing about Rome.
Okay.
And then we can move on. So I've been to Rome many times on ships because it's quite often where the cruise starts.
I didn't think there was any water. Like, I didn't think.
Well,
I didn't think it was a port.
No, to be honest, you say Rome. It's an hour outside of Rome by the taxi. A place called Chivi. Yeah,
it sounds much better saying Rome.
It totally does.
For his image,
it does. Yeah. Williams doesn't go to Chivi. So on this occasion, I was there for the weekend before the ship came. So I thought I might as well do the touristy things. Mm-hmm. I'm not normally into it, but I was like, it'd be rude not to.
Oh, boy, you redeemed yourself there. That was good. That was good. The crap one was awful, but when it rose, that was good.
So while I was there, we were in the midst of the heat wave.
I'm thrilled in when it rose, to be honest. I'm tuned out now.
I thought one of you should have been. I thought that was true. I thought that was a lined-up gag between you two.
Oh yeah, we should have. I'm disappointed in us, to be honest. Ryan.
Yeah. Shall we stop this and do it again?
Oh, you'll be saying the egg gag next. Tables have turned. So yeah, I thought I might as well do it, But this was in the very peak, the pinnacle of the heat wave. Oh. This European heat wave we've been having.
Oh, it reached like the mid-40s.
Yes, yeah.
Not good for Stephen. No.
Oh, really not good.
The pale complexion.
Oh, I wasn't going to tell you this, but you might have saw on my Insta story, I bought a parasol off a man on the street.
I didn't see that.
You look like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, I paid €10 for a parasol and then immediately left it in a toilet.
You sure it wasn't robbed with the bag?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I've just had a terrible time of late. So anyway, about 5 p.m, I went to the Colosseum. I did this because I thought later on in the day, it's a bit cooler maybe. But this heat was relentless. So the tour guide, he starts off his speech. There's maybe 30 of us gathered. And we're all there. And he goes, everybody, take yourselves back to the year 70 AD. Oh, you know what? It's just too hot for this shit. Oh, do we mind if we don't do this? You can just Google this afterwards.
I imagine was everyone in the tour group on board.
They're honestly thrilled.
No. Unfortunately, 70 AD they didn't do air conditioning, which is what we need right now.
Just go. And he shooed us all in.
I'll tell you what is difficult.
Oh, go on.
Running during this heat wave.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, so
something that Paul and I have not found to be difficult at all.
No, so I've really got into the Strava running app lately. So I'm becoming.
What's Strava running?
It tracks your run. So you do a run and it tracks it and then it segments it.
Surely you know the route though.
I know the route, but there's something quite thrilling about them showing the segments and how much elevation you've done.
You're not convincing either of us to do this.
They're definitely silent. I'm moving on from Strava chat. But anyway, I went. It's been absolutely boiling.
Yeah,
and I went on a run over the weekend.
Okay,
and but it was like, because it was running, there was loads bugs about because it was
the
hot.
nets.
Yeah, there was loads. So I was like that. But I think there's like a bike path by where me and Paul live. and
just to set the scene.
Yeah, where about do you live, Ryan? Tell us the street.
Well, if you follow me on Strava, you can actually see my exact route. That's what that is. My social media now, actually, the Strava running.
Does it show you where you began?
Yeah. So you can see the back path that I travel through.
Okay.
But on this particular day, there was absolutely loads of bugs and running through a big swarm of midges.
No. Yeah.
Is midges a common term, or was that something my dad just used to call them?
No. I think it's a regional term.
Yeah. So there was a swarm of midges.
Yeah.
And I ran through them, and it was terrible for the old. The
way you gestured there, did you have your mouth open?
No, well, the sun went in. It was.
God. Oh dear! It was like a Bush took a trial. Or run.
And Darren in the sides laughing at me. Jeering. No, but then as I saw it was because it was warm, it was hard anyway, but then I honestly I must have ran through thousands of bugs. It was ridiculous. And
I feel like you should change this route you're going on.
I know, it was bad to go through a field on a day when it was quite warm.
Yeah.
I did wonder if it was flying ante. But anyway.
Oh, that's an actual thing, isn't it? Flying anther.
Yeah.
But are they normal ants that develop wings?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, because sidetrack to my running story. But I was once reading in my garden, and I noticed a bug lands on my book, and I thought I swatted it away.
Yeah.
And about 5 more bugs landed, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
And then I looked, and I saw the pavement in my garden, there's an ant. An ant nest there. And
you might not get that looked at.
No, you can't. Ants aren't a pesticide.
You just sprinkle the salt.
No,
Salt doesn't kill ants, does it?
Salt kills slugs.
No.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Ants are resistant to the salt. Anyway, so about 5 of them landed on the book, and I thought, I was like, what the hell's happening? And I looked at this ant nest, and they were all filing out of the nest, but they were with wings, and it was flying ante.
Oh.
So I was like, I was surrounded by
an apocalypse.
Yeah, about 100 fires. I was like, the plague was coming. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, so I had to dart into my house through this swarm of ants, and it was crazy. It was
dear.
Mad. Yeah, because they actually all turn real ants.
Why do they turn all on the same day? They've got this weird internal body clock.
I have no idea. We should find that out, and he should be on the next Discovered Day. See if we can repeat this material.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So anyway, you're on a run.
Anyway, I'm on the run. I go through swarms of bugs.
Yes.
And then I get back and...
Maybe it's you. Maybe they're all attracted to you. You've got the ants, you've got the midges.
Maybe
you
we're on
stink.
something. I was going to say my blood type, Paul. I'm glad you just thrown that in. I stink. But I got back and my brother went, what the hell, what has happened to you?
Yes.
And I looked at myself in the mirror and my face was covered in all these black dots, right?
Oh,
so
no.
as I was running through these like swarms of midges, I must have been killing so they were always like
Through a car window.
yeah, so just an absolute massacre. So I had absolutely tons all over my body, all these black dots, and I had like a beetle in my head. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from. And I was like, oh my God, this is like, it's an absolute massacre. Just on my run. And then to add insult to injury.
Yeah.
Also, the stigmata of the nipples returned. And I looked at, I was covered in all dead bugs, and I also had two blood patches around the nipple area from
2 dead nipples.
I'll tell you what the concerning thing is there. People watching this have just seen your gesture.
That will be zoomed in on as well, I imagine.
That can become a GIF.
Yeah, so there was this I returned home from this run with all dead bugs and just bleeding. I just look like just this terrible like apocalyptic image.
Oh, that is awful.
Which is why I don't run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? There's a lot of
Well,
pedals.
Christy Holden, friend of the show, friend of mine, she recommended like patches, didn't she?
Well,
Did you not take her advice?
I resisted with the patches because I felt it was an
Apologies, Christy.
no, just because I felt a little bit embarrassed about getting the patches. It just seems a bit, I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
So the patches are embarrassing, Paul, and no one can see. But walking around with 2 bloody nipples.
Well, I thought I'd need harden and get used to it.
Oh dear.
I know, I just thought of my body.
I don't like the image of your hard nipples either. With blood spewing out of them.
I'll upload this to the Instagram anyway. So I was just it was a little bit embarrassing the thought of going into a shop and having
Well,
to.
you do the online order.
Well, that's been my revelation. Like over the past couple of days, I think.
Ordering online.
Well, not order online.
The revelation in the previous episode was automatic toilets.
I'm in the past really.
Yeah. Wait till he finds out about the calculator. Paul.
You can write dirty words on it. But I now think if I'm considering the purchase on Amazon of the of the nipple
of the nipple patches.
Of the nipple patches.
I think you should do it.
And I think the
Do it and post a screenshot to our Instagram as a story.
You'll have to open the package though before like your mum finds it because she'll be like, "Is Ryan trying to tell me something?"
That'd be a weird way to tell.
But I feel like the anonymity of the online purchase means that people are more comfortable in buying like male body grooming products. Do you agree?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Oh, the stuff I bought online.
Because you think you can kind of there's no shame in it then really.
No,
because it's just
that
kind of-
lovely just
yeah.
obscure brown package that comes.
It's between you and Bezos. And he keeps a secret. Because if I
Although, as I might have told you maybe off the air, I signed into my friend Matthew's Amazon account once, and his most recent purchase was flatulent underpants. Like, I literally signed in, and it was, "Do you want to order again?" So as long as that doesn't happen, you're fine.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone's got access to my... Well, have you got access to my Amazon account? I've got access to yours.
You've got access to mine because you were using my Prime account. Prime account for some time. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think you've got access to mine. So I think I think I'm safe for the anonymity of the online purchase.
You do know this is being broadcast, don't you?
I know. Well, that kind of destroys the anonymity of the online purchase. The fact that we're doing all this.
Yeah.
Shit.
What
Yeah.
worries me as well is this could be something that like spirals, so it could start in a nipple patch.
Oh, what's next?
And then before you know it, you're using thongs. And
Do you
Yeah.
know what though? It's anonymous, isn't it? Well, it's not now. But,
No, yeah.
but I'm excited to see what happens.
Well, I'm excited for you. We want an update on the show. Shall we go into the feature?
Yes.
Is it too early to go into the feature? Are we good for it?
I was struck, but
I was very shocked.
Oh, really?
But you know, I feel like
I'm happy
it's
to do feature.
introduced now. So
Okay.
let's do
go with it.
Okay. Well, fellas, I don't know if you are aware of the website. It's very popular. Audible. I feel like you will be. You'll have no idea about this, Paul.
No, I don't.
It's actually enormous.
Do you not know Audible?
No.
Oh,
Is it like a Spotify?
Of sorts.
no, it's not though, is it? It's not. It's not.
So it's audiobooks. It's an Amazon-based company, and there are like hundreds of thousands of audiobooks. That's all it does.
Oh.
Yeah, Audible.
Sounds interesting.
It's great. I subscribe. Yeah, it's excellent. Anyway, since I was looking for my next book, I was scrolling through. Suddenly, I thought we could do a feature based on Audible.
Okay.
Paul-dable.
Oh.
Is it laboured? Yes, it is. But nevertheless, I thought we could do it. So here's the game. I am going to play you some clips from Audible, who may be a sponsor of the show, but just ignore that. I'm going to play you some clips. You have to identify the celebrity's voice.
Ooh, it's a good game.
Yeah. What I like about this game, we did do an ASMR.
ASMR.
We did an ASMR.
Could
never get
to
this.
grips with that acronym, could you?
No, we did that some time ago, and the listeners liked it because they could play along. So this is a similar thing. Listeners, you too can try to identify the celebrity voice. Trying to seem too excited about this game, fellas.
I thought you were about to introduce.
And so I'm going to do it. So here we go with Paul-dable.
Ooh.
Okay, so here we go with Paul-dable. I'm going to play you a bit of the audiobook, and you have to identify the celebrity. These are all very well-known celebrities.
So is it from a celebrity autobiography, or is it...
In some cases, it's them narrating a normal book. Okay, so I'm going to start off with an easy one. As soon as you get it, you can phone in.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go with the first clip.
Exploded with such a force, it blew the door off. Great balls of fire, Jackson yelled. He came up from his chair as if the seat of his pants had blown up.
That was you somewhat buzzing in a weird way there, Ryan.
You said phones in.
You
so that
can
maybe
just say
that
your
may-
name.
I said my name, so I say Ryan.
Yes.
Okay. Ryan.
It's got a budget phone, and we should get something really.
You don't have this on any game show I've watched.
Okay, go ahead.
Is Samuel Jackson?
It's Samuel L. Jackson.
Did you get that?
I'm going to be terrible at this because I don't...
Yeah.
What was the book he was reading?
I didn't write that down.
Terrible host.
Here we go with the second one. You actually may get this one, Paul. Here we go.
I spent much of my childhood listening to the sound of striving. It came in the form of bad music, or at
Say your
least
name.
amateur music.
Michelle Obama.
It's Michelle Obama.
I would have got that.
Oh.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say
I'm sure he would have got it. I'm going to give the third one. I didn't know how many of these we do, actually. So I've got a few. Let's go for a third.
I made my first public appearance on the stairs up to the school nurse's room
It's a British
at
voice.
St Peter's Preparatory School, Weston-super-Mare,
clarifying.
Somerset, England, on the 13th of September 1948. I was 8 and 5/6.
I feel like the
My
listeners have
audience
already got it.
was a pack of 9-year-olds who were jeering at me and baying, "Cheese! Cheese!"
Any clues, Paul?
I kept climbing
None
up
at all.
steps despite
No, Ryan?
feeling of humiliation and
I
fear.
definitely-
But above all, I was
I definitely know it. I definitely recognise the
How had I
voice.
managed to attract so much attention? What had I done to provoke this aggression?
Can we have
And
a
how on
multiple
earth?
choice?
See, it's difficult multiple choice because I need to name people who have got similar voices.
That's true,
So
yeah.
I'll give you a clue. This person, it's a man. It is.
That's not the clue.
That's not a hint. He's a British man. I gathered.
He's big in the comedy world, somewhat old school, often found in a group of people. Have another listen.
Public appearance on the stairs
It's,
up
it's
to
John
the
Cleese.
school.
It is John Cleese.
Yes, I never recognised it.
Are you aware of John Cleese, Paul?
Yes, I should have got that. I should have got that.
I'm disappointed in you, to be honest. Okay, shall we do... Let's do two more.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. big star. You know this person, Paul.
J.K. Rowling.
A black sleeveless blouse, white socks,
Michelle
and
Obama.
loafers. Although it was 4 hours away, she could hear her aunt's sniff of disapproval. When she was starting on her 4th cup of coffee, the Crescent Limited honked like a giant goose at its
You're both
northbound
looking very
lane
blank
and
here.
rumbled across the
Okay,
Chattahoochee
actress.
into Alabama. The Chattahoochee is wide, flat, and
Is it
muddy.
Miley Cyrus?
It was low today.
No, it is not.
The yellow sandbar had reduced
So
its
she's
flow
narrating
to
a
trickle.
book here, so
Perhaps it
doing a
sings in
voice,
the
but,
wind.
still.
She thought. I do not remember a line of that poem. Piping down the valleys wild? No.
Oh.
Did he write to a
So
waterfowl?
she hasn't got that accent.
Or was it a waterfall?
She's not like a southern...
She
She's
sternly
not.
repressed a tendency to boisterousness when she reflected that Sidney Lanier must have been somewhat like her
Oh, I'm starting to think you're not going to get it.
I'm
Joshua
struggling.
Singleton
I'll be honest, I'm
Clare.
struggling. I could have a clever clue.
Blonde hair, actress, was in Friends, Paul, which is how I feel like you'll get
Lisa
it.
Kudrow.
Oh, Lisa Kudrow.
No.
Blonde hair, friend.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go. That's a bit too on the nose that she appeared in Friends.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was it Rachel's sister in Friends?
Reese Witherspoon.
It's Reese Witherspoon.
Oh,
Is that- was that
I would
Rachel's-
never have got Reese
Was that
Witherspoon's
Rachel's
voice.
sister in Friends?
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have got it.
Okay, I'm going to do one more. Ryan, this is mostly for you. Let's see.
Is it Paul Danan?
I feel like this whole thing's been for Ryan.
And it is not Paul Danan.
The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house
I'll be
all that
disappointed if you don't get it.
cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two, and I said, how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out, and too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house. We did nothing at all.
You're going to let me down here, Ryan.
Oh, no.
Sit. Sit.
Oh, no.
Sit. And we did not like it, not one little bit. And then
Okay,
something went.
I'm going to give you a clue.
Yeah.
It's a man who you've seen often in this very situation. I'm talking microphone, I'm talking...
A podcaster, then.
well, not necessarily. Microphone,
Or a radio host.
Radio host.
maybe it's a radio host.
Nick Knowles.
It's,
Is he even a radio host?
no, Nick Knowles isn't a radio
I mean,
host.
he'd be perfect.
Cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two, and I said, how I wish we had something to do.
Oh, my God.
Too wet
is
to
it,
go
is it
out,
obvious?
and
Like,
too
should I,
cold
should
to
I be
play
getting
ball.
this? Like,
You really
absolutely?
should get this, Ryan.
I don't think I'm
was
going
to
to get it,
sit.
honestly. I'm
No?
Sit.
Okay, sitcom star.
Sit. And
A
we did not
sitcom
like
star?
it,
Yes.
not one little bit. And then something went bump.
If you're wondering what those sound effects are, by the way, he's narrating a Dr. Seuss book here.
A sitcom that I'm a big fan of.
Yes. I feel like I should just tell you here.
Yes, I think I might have to give up. I might have to give up.
It is Fraser Crane himself, Kelsey Grammer.
Oh, no!
Yes.
Oh.
Sitcom star, this situation.
Yeah. Oh, he's a radio host in the
In
show.
the show.
Oh. See, I was thinking radio host. Like,
Oh.
yeah, he hosted an actual radio show.
Should have got that. Are you also disappointed
He's
in
not,
him?
overly doing his Fraser voice there, though, is he?
Well, his Fraser voice is a normal voice.
I know, yeah, but I feel like he didn't sound much like Fraser there.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Watch it back. You'll have a...
I'll happily go through the 11 seasons again.
Oh, so that was...
Just end the show there.
You know what? I suddenly forgot what we were doing for a second.
I'm looking to you. Yeah, you're moving this thing forward. It's portable.
That was Portable.
It's good game.
Good game,
that was
very good.
Good game.
Yeah. We might return to this, and I'll maybe choose some, like, Corrie stars for you,
Yeah.
Paul. You know?
Or just do the Harry Potter book, because I know it's Stephen Fry then.
Yeah, but Jim Dale also narrated Harry Potter.
Did he?
He did.
I thought it was just Stephen Fry.
Well, we're getting into Harry Potter minutiae here, but Jim Dale first did it, and then Stephen Fry re-recorded.
I don't even know who Jim Dale is.
I don't know who Jim Dale is.
Very, very popular on Audible. Anyway,
On Corrie.
yes. What a segue, Ryan.
I had a celebrity sighting.
Okay, someone
past week.
from the street.
Someone from the street.
Oh God, I'm intrigued.
It was in a hotel.
Okay, was it Norris?
It wasn't Norris.
I did. Sorry, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon of your story here.
You've stunted.
Sorry,
all the
have I ruined the
momentum
flow?
of my celebrity sighting.
Okay, carry on with your sighting.
No, it's fine. You've already introduced Norris into the equation now. That needs to be concluded.
Fine. Well, I did an event once that was hosted by Norris. It was me and maybe 6 other acts on this variety bill.
I imagine Norris had the same outfit that he's always got on the show. Like that, like, is it like a green, like a khaki, like a tank top, isn't it, that he wears?
Is he a flat cap wearer as well, I think?
I think he might be a flat cap wearer.
Yeah, he seems like a flat cap wearer.
He offered us some discount biscuits. Anyway, so he was the host of the show, and we're all just like, in this green room together backstage. He refused to speak to anybody. You'll be surprised to hear, he was a miserable bastard.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Was he a diva? Norris was a diva.
I don't know if he was a diva. He just, didn't want to chat to any. You know what? He was a diva.
I don't imagine having 2 divas on set would have went down.
Oh, it did not go well.
Like, you and Norris.
I was furious he was out-divering me.
A clash of personalities. that Norris was headlining the bill. You were like, what? Could Norris make an elephant disappear? I don't think so.
That'd be Hannah's dream to meet Norris, I think.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like we could arrange it.
Yeah, I feel that's very achievable.
Yeah.
She would much appreciate.
Oh. Well, I mean, we didn't get on great that night, but I could have a word.
Yeah, I think he'd come on the show.
I think he would. What was your story?
So my celebrity sighting
Yes.
was one Tony Cotton.
Oh, I mean, you'll note, Paul, most people call him Anthony.
But me and Tony,
Someone's got to know him quite well.
Clicked. And,
how well did you click?
We got a picture together. He was a gent.
Okay.
Did you get a picture together, or did you request a picture?
Yeah, I feel like you're
2
clicking.
different
Was you
things.
saying, excuse me, can I get a photo with you, please?
I'm going to confess, and he's listened to the show.
Is that right?
Yeah, and Tony Cotton actually approached me. I mean, that is not true.
No.
I approached Tony Cotton because I was overwhelmed.
Yeah. Were you starstruck by TC?
I was starstruck. I tripped over my words and everything.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Oh,
Totally made the fool of myself.
Once the photo was taken, did you go your separate ways?
We went our separate ways. I thought, can I sustain a chat here? Nothing.
Ooh.
Words
You
failed,
know what?
words
I would have
failed.
loved to have known your small talk with What would you have left to?
confused him with his character on the show and I've asked him something about textiles.
Started calling him Sean.
So I was work today.
Is Eileen all right?
It's a nightmare what's going on at the moment, isn't it? Must be hard working in that toxic atmosphere.
Has the cheap goods from China ruined the lingerie business?
What do you think of Brexit? Is it going to affect you?
I should have left him with Brexit, shouldn't I? Me and Tony Cotton talking about Brexit.
Oh, I wonder what his views are, though. That concerns me.
I think he's a Remainer.
Do you think he's on our side? He's Remain?
Yeah, I think he's a Remainer.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's my prediction anyway.
I mean, I don't think in Farage's bus march, they scanned up on the 50 people in the crowd and go, is that Tony Cotton?
Do you know who would have been there? Buddy Norris. Norris in his khaki tank top and his flat cap. Flat cap.
Matching the other ramblers they had there.
Hannah won't want to meet him after that. Did he spout some right-wing hate speech?
The propaganda. Propaganda on the street.
We could just give it to the NHS.
You know what, though? He'd be a classic corner shop owner, wouldn't he? He would. As he leafed through the Daily Mail.
Yeah, brainwashed.
We normally, our pre kind of podcast chat, we discuss whether we're going for food after this.
Yes.
And a new novelty restaurant has opened in Liverpool, which reminded me of something which I didn't tell you when we spoke about before, because I know how to mention it now. I'm going to take you back to Japan.
Oh, God. I thought we were going to get through this one without that word getting mentioned.
Imagine the neon lights, fellas. You're in Japan.
Okay,
At least we know exactly now how Steve felt during the Rome tour, anyway. Or the Colosseum tour, sorry. It's too hot to go back to Japan, Steve. It's late, I've been in work all day.
You know what? It's too hot for this shit.
Shall we just end this shit?
Wrap it up.
So on one of my many visits to Japan,
Yes.
I had a night on my own. So I've done a lot of a lot of the usual things there.
Yes.
So I was like, what am I going to do to fill this evening? Now, one of the things that comes up a lot when you Google novelty restaurants in Japan.
Was that your Google search?
That's your Google.
Oh, excellent.
There is a place called the Monster Cafe. Name alone, I'm sold.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So this is maybe about 7 p.m. And I'm just like quite tragically wandering the streets of Japan on my own, like in Bill fucking Murray, So that's when I'm like, I've got to do something here. So I bring up this Monster Cafe. Off I go. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what a way to spend my evening, So I go in, and outside, it's all branded outside. I'm so sold with this. There is a fee to get in, the equivalent, it's maybe about £15.
A fee to get into a restaurant?
Fee to get in.
A fee to get into before you bought your food?
Before you buy the food. But I was sold on that, though.
I
was like, what they've got here is such a premium that they can charge.
Does the fee come off the bill at the end?
It does not come off the bill.
Oh, I mean, I
we
don't know.
will not
know.
be eating there tonight.
After an 8-hour flight, well, I don't think I'd hold on.
So I go up to the desk. They say, how many people? I go, just me. I'm giving a bit of a look, but nevertheless, they say maybe 15-minute wait. I wait.
Okay.
They open the door. They call me over. I'm so excited. I walk in, and it's really quite amazing. It's like it's like you've shrunk down. Everything's pink and colourful. Obviously, I reveled in that. So there's like an enormous, say, mushroom and enormous teacups and everything. It's like you've gone into this world. And they usher me over to my table. Unfortunately, my table is right in the middle of the room, surrounded by other tables. And it's a pretty big table. It maybe seats maybe 8 or 10 people.
Oh, and you're in on your own?
I'm in on my own.
Oh, no.
How sad.
I'm like, you know what, though? That's fine. I'm enjoying the experience. The ambiance I'm enjoying. So I sit down. I'm perusing the menu, and it's things like, it's monster spaghetti, which essentially means it's spaghetti, except like coloured green or whatever. It's all just very
That's
colourful.
just one dish, though. Was it like, that's not a main? You can have spaghetti.
Well, okay, yep, you might get some like fries with maybe a scandalous seasoning on,
Spaghetti and chips. Is that what your meal was?
I was a maverick in this place, Ryan.
Wartime Britain. And a can of Spam, but it was monster Spam.
Anyway, so I order the Monster Shake, of course, which I know you're well against.
I know, yeah. I don't like the freak shake.
But nevertheless, I get this like quite a lot of food, and it's all massively overly expensive because of the environment.
Yeah, but that's how was the food?
The food was actually terrible, but the food in Japan's amazing. This is particularly piss poor.
Yeah, they're prioritising gimmick over quality.
Yeah. I don't mind that. Okay. So I was there for the gimmick.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sat on this table on my own. I am now waiting for the food, bit of time to kill. I look around the restaurant. I suddenly realise all the tables surrounding me, as I say, in the middle, surrounded by tables, every single one is hosting a child's birthday party. Yeah, so I'm surrounded by like these gaggles of like 8-year-olds, all with their colourful foodstuffs, and then me in the centre.
You didn't have the Michael Jackson parasol, did you? Looked very, very suspicious.
And suddenly I thought, how quickly can I eat this food before I leave? But it had been such an expensive experience. So I was like, okay, I'm ignoring that. I'm ignoring as much as I can about the whole thing. Then these girls come out we can get photos with. Now, of course, I wanted to document my experience and at least online make it seem like I was having a good time on my own.
Yeah, because
in
otherwise
Japan.
does it really happen?
No.
Didn't happen.
Yeah.
Didn't
Otherwise,
happen.
she's just a middle-aged man sitting in a child's party on with a table of 9 for one.
With a monster shake, trying to fit in with the kids. So it's these two girls, like, oh, photo opportunities. I dash. I go over. I'm pushing the children out the way.
You just haven't got 5,000 followers. I need all the content I can get.
So I get to the front. It turns out it's the equivalent of $10 to get the photo with these girls.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like, look, I'm here. I'm in too deep at this point.
Are they dressed up as like some
Well,
sort of monster?
No,
I'm
the
assuming.
girls are in quite scantily clad schoolgirl outfits.
What?
Yeah.
This place is mad.
It's mad.
It should be shut down.
It was so bizarre, but I'm like, I'll get the photo, whatever. I get the photo, sit back at the table, start paying up, and I look at my camera and suddenly think, this is one of the most inappropriate photos I've ever had. Me with two scantily clad Japanese girls.
Have you still got the picture?
Who
You
I
have.
probably do, yeah.
I thought that would be
What's
swiftly
worse, though,
deleted.
Japanese girls, I've just realised I paid to have a photo.
That will be going up on the podcast, on the Dodging Death Instagram page.
It may be going up on the page.
That is a low moment.
Honestly, it was one of the lowest moments of my life.
Yeah.
Lost in Translation was less depressing than that evening.
They cut that scene out of when Bill Murray's in the Monster Cafe. You didn't sympathise with his character anymore.
No, but one of the few experiences in which novelty backfires.
Yes.
Unfortunately. So, I've just seen the time. We should start wrapping things up. But we should say, you're not going to be here for the next episode, Paul, because you're in preparations currently for Andy Annie Hamilton's wedding.
I am. There's a lot to do.
Yes.
Very big day.
Very big day. I think
Don't
we should
sound too
podcast
excited.
from
A
it.
very big day.
Yeah, I do think we should take all the gear and do this there.
I mean, I absolutely think
Yeah.
it would be a great idea.
Tipsy episode of the podcast. Yes, please.
But it would be to a soundtrack of Deacon Blue and another wedding favourites, wouldn't it? Come on, Eileen. Time of my life.
Will there be any singing? I do a bit of karaoke.
Hey, there's a DJ.
Oh, give me the mic.
I've seen you do karaoke.
Probably
on the
one too
ship.
many times.
It's one of my great regrets that I didn't do karaoke on the ship.
Why didn't you?
Yeah, because I was on crutches at the time and I thought it had to be a tragedy to it. When you've got to struggle up to the stage and feel like everyone's kind of,
You could have sang Tragedy.
You know what, though? It would have been a very supportive audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still standing, I could have done.
Oh, yes.
That was the
Yeah.
gag, that classic gag. It wasn't even prepared, that classic gag. Anyway.
Have we spoke about what your actual one would have been? I can't remember if we spoke about this on the show, but
I think we have in the past.
maybe. So mine is, as you know, I do. It's not unusual often.
The classic.
It brings the house down. That was a scarf.
I'm saying you got to do a crowd favourite.
You do.
I agree.
You
got
do.
to do a crowd favourite.
But the trick is, people do something like American Pie is like what they always do. People don't realise it's 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
So there's that like awkward shifting by someone who's not used to being on stage.
Standing on stage alone.
I also really enjoy when it's an instrumental section in the middle. They don't quite know what to do with the hands.
Yeah, because I think I do like a little foot stomp or something, like I'm at a hoedown.
Oh, the people watching this would have also enjoyed your head bopping there as well.
Under the table, there was a foot stomping going on there.
Let's hope the wide angle got it. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
See you in a very drunken state.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, is there any free alcohol available?
There's free.
Oh, is there a free bar?
It's not quite a free bar.
Oh,
We didn't go
I
to
got
that
my-
expense.
I got me hooked up then.
the listeners were going to come.
I don't know that everyone's turning up like a 16-year-old house party.
What's the venue, Paul?
Yeah, so there's during the meal there's free beer, and Peroni, I think it is.
Okay, no, thank you.
And there's free wine.
Ooh.
Do not get your hopes up.
You know what, though? The
we
free
are.
wine, I'm thinking boxed at best.
Yeah.
Or maybe screw top. Well, I'm not sure.
I think screw top.
Yeah,
Do you think
I think
top?
it's bottled. I don't think it's
You don't think it's
quite-
boxed.
Yeah.
You're absolutely not a wine drinker, Paul.
No.
If one was to come to you, though, would you do the theatre?
Have you ever had a sip of wine?
I have tasted
have
wine.
you? I
You
thought it was
have.
going to be another one of those things.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you just
much like coffee.
Totally ruled out, yeah. I've never even slightly tasted it, but I hate it.
Because having had many a meal with you, Ryan,
Yes.
when the sommelier comes over, I go, oh, you can do it, as if I'm doing a good deed. It's purely because I know you know fuck all about wine. I want him to do, he does the swirl, Paul, the sniff.
I relish the theatre. I embody the role, and I absolutely love every single second of it. When someone goes to another person on the table, I get slightly offended. And you're right, I know nothing about wine.
No.
But it removes me that chance to engage in the theatre of the of the swirl.
I guarantee if you do that at the Andy Hamilton wedding, you will be the only one.
Oh, I shall be
no
doing
chance
it.
anyone else is going to
I
partake.
shall be testing if it's being corked or not, despite it being bottled.
Being a screw top.
Yeah, the swirl will engage a little sniffer. Yeah, absolutely all the whole process.
Yeah, the immense pressure though, because they're looking at you and they're judging how you rate the wine, aren't they?
Yeah, but I imagine like what's the percentage of people who go nope. Like no, if you taste it and then go no, actually I'm not going to take the bottle.
Do you do the spit?
No, Paul, that's not what you do in the restaurant.
Is that what you do with wine, or is that champagne where you do the spit?
On the way to shoot.
No, you're confusing this with a wine tasting, Paul.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that's what you did in a
it's
restaurant.
just to see if you want to take the bottle, but it should be. The reason why they do it is to taste if it's corked. So
Yeah.
if it's got a cork top to see if it's like
if it's messed with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actual
Could you
flavour.
tell the cork or not the cork?
But you
can.
You actually can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I've actually tasted a champagne actually one time and it being corked, and it's nothing.
That was a hugely impressive, Paul.
I didn't understand
You
why.
know what? That paints a picture of what this wedding's going to be like, doesn't it?
No, I was more at Ryan's champagne finger.
Oh, okay. Not that he had it.
That was an ooh-worthy moment. No,
That you've had champagne?
Champagne.
No.
I got a box in Asda for £5.
no, but I identified that it was corked.
You've been on ships with me and they just give it to you.
I know, yeah, but I identified it was corked. You know. Anyway.
We might go for some like quality wine after this and let Paul do the tasting.
Yeah, you can engage in whole theatre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I say, do not do the spit.
Those shoes need shining.
Right, we do have to wrap up. Let's go into our Discover... I'll say it again.
You always trample over Discover Stay.
I do.
It rolls off the tongue, Discover Stay.
Okay, you introduce it.
Let's go to Discover Stay. And I totally messed that up.
Okay, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Let's go into our Discover Stay feature. Paul, what is your fact?
Well, once again, I was very unprepared for this.
Go on.
So, I panicked
Okay.
and I text Hannah.
Is this during the show?
No, this
Oh,
is
okay.
pre-show.
Yeah,
Okay.
if
fact,
not,
she'd-
you'd be caught on camera.
In fact, like you are now.
No.
In fact, she texted me to check if I had a Discover Stay.
Did she?
Yeah,
That's
she
awful.
did. She was sending me off to school with my packed lunch and
A committed listener, Hannah. I appreciate it. Yeah.
so I didn't have one. So she come to my saviour.
Okay.
I'll hit him
So if this isn't very good, we are blaming you, Hannah. Yeah. Oh, Paul. While you're looking, Ryan. Okay. He's back. He's back.
I'm back in the
He's
game.
back. Go on.
So Hannah's mum is called Bella.
Okay.
So the fact of the
What is her surname? And if you can give me the pin code, that'd be lovely, Paul. No?
so the fact of the Hannah household is, do you two know the names of the... We live in Liverpool, obviously. This is
Yeah.
recorded in Liverpool for our Ugandan listeners, is it?
Yes.
I'm going to be honest, Paul. I feel like they identify the accents.
Mine and Ryan's maybe not yours.
Yeah.
You could be from anywhere.
Yeah. You could be Uganda.
Yeah.
That's why
I am the listener.
Yeah, they think you're a native.
So do you two know the names of the two lava birds?
You know what? I did not know they were
I
named.
absolutely did not know they were named.
No, nor did I.
Well, one is called Bertie.
Oh, I don't approve
and
of this.
these pet names that Hannah's family are giving alive. There's Bertie and there's Jill watching over us.
No, because the other one is called Bella.
Bertie and Bella.
Bertie and Bella are the two
Oh.
names of the lava birds.
I'll be honest.
Check it.
I'm going to call bullshit.
I will
think-
Google.
Yeah, have you got any audio to play that song? Remember that song, Bullshit?
Bullshitter's Lament.
I think that should
That could be the beds.
Names of lava birds. The male, the two most famous.
Oh, it's suddenly... It's like his Elton John fact he had a few weeks ago.
The two lava birds stand upon the top of the Royal Lava Building at Liverpool's Pier Head, overlooking the Mersey. The names are Bertie and Bella. The male Bertie looks over the city, and the female Bella looks out to sea.
Okay, but what source is this? What website is it?
Hannah.com.
Hannah texted me about half an hour ago. It's on the Liverpool Echo. It's on Wikipedia.
Where have the Liverpool Echo ever been a reliable source? Paul?
True. It's on
Anyway,
Virgin Trains.
Ryan, what is your fact?
So my fact, mine's is additional fact today. Normally I go a bit...
Yeah, normally yours is just an opinion.
Yes, this one is a fact. So my fact.
Yeah.
A doctor intentionally overdosed himself on cocaine just to write down the last minute experience of the drug before death, in a decision that can only be made whilst high on cocaine.
So that's real commitment to the job, though.
Yeah. He was like he was overdosing on it so he could document those last moments.
Does it say what he experienced? Because it might be just the ramblings of an absolute madman.
yeah. More than likely it was.
Yeah.
It made no sense whatsoever.
Or if he was like typing it, like writing it down on a computer, just his like head like loads of random letters. But he just completely fell unconscious on the keyboard.
Now, my fact, the Michelin Guide we're aware of.
Yes.
The Monster Cafe was not part of that guide. That's not the fact. A French chef, has demanded he gets removed, that he no longer wants his Michelin star, because in the review, they said he used cheddar as part of one of the meals, and he was so enraged, he got rid.
Oh, why?
Unlike the French, to get annoyed about something.
What's his beef with cheddar?
Well, cheddar's such a pedestrian cheese.
Is cheddar like the
isn't it?
boxed wine of cheese?
It is, yeah. Cheddar, it's like such a nothing.
I know it's a very standard, but
For a Michelin star restaurant, they're not
I suppose so.
whipping out the cheddar.
I suppose so.
Yeah. Anyway, good to see you, fellas.
And
Paul,
you, Stephen?
As always, Stephen.
Paul, we won't see you next week, but we will see you at the wedding.
We will.
We'll get some video of Ryan on karaoke.
We sure will.
Yes.
It's top off.
Yeah. Real Gone Kids on.
Hard bleeding nipples
That's about
out.
the fourth time you've mentioned Real Gone Kid. You're such a Deacon Blue fan.
Deacon Blue is just, it's always at weddings,
It-
isn't it?
yeah,
Especially
it's such
at
wedding
weddings
fodder,
in Liverpool.
isn't it?
I feel
Yeah.
like it's at any family gathering, isn't
Yeah.
it?
But
it's classic 40th.
I feel like Liverpool's embraced that. Like, they're not from Liverpool, but they just seem as though they
Yeah.
are. Like, I don't know why.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think it
feel
is.
like at weddings and other places, like Deacon Blue is not like a stalwart. Where I feel like if you go to a wedding in Liverpool, like they'll play Real Gone Kid as one of the last three songs.
Or Dignity,
Or
yeah.
Dignity.
Yeah. Brings the house down. Crowd pleaser, that.
It's a crowd pleaser in Liverpool. I don't
Yeah.
know why. But it will, I'm sure, be at the end.
You know where
of the
else?
wedding.
Country Roads. That will be one that gets featured.
Will that be there, do you think? I'm not too sure, you know.
I'm not the DJ. I don't
Yeah.
know. I have no idea.
Well,
I'll request
You
it
know
for
what?
you if you want.
I'll DJ. We'll just have Country Roads on loop.
just to prove a point. See, they do fly it.
Well, thanks everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. What else is there to say? Oh, if you do want to see what we look like, I'm sure you've seen me on Instagram many times in my smoothies, but
in the coffee shops of Europe.
Yes. You can go to dodgingdeathpodcast.com and watch this whole thing live. I think that's about it.
At Dodging Death Podcast on Instagram as well.
We're at Dodging Death Podcast on Instagram.
Hi at Dodging Death. Have you said the email?
Oh, the email address.
Hi
It's all just come crumbling apart at the end.
Hi at Dodging Death Podcast.
Hi at dodgingdeathpodcast.com, correct?
That's the first time I remember, though.
It is.
The first time you didn't need to as well.
Since your competition backfired so much, we've not plugged it since. Right, that is it. I will see you, Ryan, next week. Paul, I will see you soon.
See you later.
Stephen.
Follow us on Instagram at Dodging Death Podcast.